Hello, lovely people. I'm back, and I have mail. Super excited because I got my mail from the Vineyard Chicks. That means I have seeds and stuff to get started with the Survival Seed Challenge. Now, I've already started seeds because I live in Canada and I like to start my seeds. Some of them I start in January. Even tomatoes, I start in January because of the way that I plant them, and I'll show you guys something about that too. Anyway, sweet, sweet, sweet Mama Jams, Grape Jams, sent me some of her fabulous jams. I love them, love, love, love them. These are grape combo jams that she makes. She's so sweet to me. Oh my gosh. So she sent me these flan covers. I hope my seeds are inside the flan cover because there's nothing else in the box. Where's my scissors? So these we made flan once. I don't know if y'all remember. The Vineyard Chicks and I were doing. We were swapping weekends and learning stuff and doing stuff together, and it was super fun. But one of the times we made flan, and I didn't have a flan pan. A flan pan? A flan pan? A flan pan. Either way. She is so sweet though. She sent me one. So, and I think that is, yes, my seeds and stuff are inside here. So this is awesome. Oh, and oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She sent me some dried elderberry so I can make some elderberry syrup. Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so wish I could grow my own up here, but I cannot. Anyway, what did I get here for seeds? I didn't get doesn't look like I got the little write-up, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need that. But look at the cute packaging that they've got on these seeds. And then on the back here, it's got the instructions, tells me the type of seed, the date they collected the seed. So these are the Walla Walla onions, the kidney beans, and they sound fine. They don't sound like they got smashed at all. Squash and Detroit red beets and tomato, Mariana, and some Italian pepperoncini plants. So I'm going to be planting stuff today, more stuff. Yeah, that is what I will be doing. And then she also sent me some pelleted yellow onions that she makes. She pellets them herself, and I'm not sure. You guys need to do a video on that, on how you make the little pellets, because that's pretty cool. But she knows, Mama Jams knows that I have a hard time growing onions. I don't know why, but I have a heck of a time growing onions. And so hopefully between the Walla Wallas and these pelleted onions, I will be able to do something. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sending me the seeds. I'm super excited to get started. Let me show you a little bit about what I got going on in the garden right now. And then I'll come back and say goodbye. So thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate you. I'm so thankful that you come and hang out with me and watch my channel. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. But I'm having fun again, and I'm glad that you're here. And I hope you'll take care of yourself. But let's go look at the garden. One thing that I am super, super excited about is that my moringa has come up. Actually, at least 3 of my seeds, there's another one back there, have come up. So that is super exciting. I'll need to get them transplanted soon. Apparently they have a long taproot, which I just found out. And then let's see what else I have under here for herbs. This is, what is it? There's my basil getting started. So it's looking fabulous. And then over here I have some tarragon
I have some lemon balm, which is looking lovely, and some catnip. I never realized that catnip had such soft leaves, but they are super, super soft. And they actually have some really good properties that benefit people as well as making your cat super happy. I'll mention them a little later in the video because I don't know them off the top of my head. But yeah, so this stuff I can start picking and using already, as well as my cilantro. Where's my cilantro? Oh, I think it's being watered right now. But yeah, shoot, and I took the corn out of this. What is it? Something I've wanted to grow for a long time, so I don't know why I'm drawing a total blank on it. Somebody will tell me, or I'll figure it out. It goes in my Earl Grey tea. Bergamot. That's what it is, bergamot. And I've already trimmed it once and made some tea out of the leaves. So it has quite a taste. Well, you know, if you like Earl Grey tea, this is the plant that Earl Grey gets its flavor from. And I don't know yet any of the benefits of it yet, other than it tastes good. So, but yeah, that's growing. On the veggie front here, I really need to almost start doing some transplanting. Look at all these tomatoes that are in here. They just don't have any room anymore. And you can see they're all really leggy, and when I transplant them, I'll tell you why I let them get this way when they first start growing. Anyway, look at all those tomatoes. I don't know what the heck. There's no way I'm going to grow all those tomatoes, so I might have to have a plant giveaway or something. Maybe at the market that I do on Sundays. And then, yeah, we got, this is herbs, cilantro and bergamot. And then, what do we have over here? Oh, there's my little tiny Tim. It came up. My bell peppers came up. My Chinese 5-color peppers came up. No sign of my oranges yet. And my paprika and poblano have not come up yet. So I'm going to be replanting those in the next day or so. And then here I have my celery. This is the other thing that I need to pull out and transplant into its own little pot. It's not quite ready to go outside yet, but yeah. I need to do some transplanting. And in here, not only is my marjoram doing fantastic, but I planted it back in January. I got horseradish that popped up. So that is super exciting. And grape jams. Some of your yellow onions that you sent me last year have come up. I didn't plant too many because it's inside. So anyway, yeah, my lavender is chugging along. Okay, March 1st, let's take a quick look at the outside garden and see what's going on here. I haven't put anything in there yet because we're still freezing. Chamomile looks good. Flowers coming up. That might be more chamomile coming up over here. This whole bed's going to be full of it this year. Still nothing planted in there. Strawberries starting to show a little bit of fresh green. Time to come out and clean these out. Well, not yet. It's still too cold to start cleaning out the garden. Gotta come out here with my weed app and find out what that is. In there, I'm growing a bunch of that stuff. Whatever it is, you can see it all in here. No sign of the asparagus yet. So, we're still waiting on that. Walking onions. Oh, I think this is chickweed. Sure looks like chickweed. So maybe I'll harvest chickweed again this year. Some onions coming up from last year. Probably not going to plant onions in this bed this year though, so I might move the ones that have popped up. Those will all flower for me this year. Grapes, been all trimmed back. I don't know, I might have left them too long. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Garlic's looking good. Oh, look at these are some little chives in here. Hello.
Hi.
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, I'm talking to my camera, but same thing. Apple tree. Nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. Out here, here's the herbs still. I need to look at all that sage down in there. I need to come out and clean this up too. But they say to not clean it up until you're getting consistent 50-degree temperatures. And I am not getting that yet. So I'm not cleaning nothing up out here until I start getting better temperatures. They say the bees and the bugs are hibernating in there. So that's what that is. Neighbors think I'm crazy. Oh well, maybe I am. Anyway, that's my outside of the garden, and let's go back inside where it's a little bit warmer.
I know there's probably people out there who are wondering what's the purpose of doing survival seeds. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's important in my own words. Now, the vineyard chicks, they painstakingly thought this out and picked the seeds that they thought were the most important and that would provide the most variety for people who are new to growing, just looking to start out. Some things that you just want to have in your garden. Now, for survival, I just think what would happen if the grocery stores didn't have food? What would you do? Learning how to grow something yourself could be a lifesaver and it could be essential. So, one of the things about the plants that the girls picked is that all of these could be grown in a pot. Not everybody has a yard. Not everybody even has out much for outdoor space. Some people don't even have an outdoor space. Yeah. If all you have is indoors, there are lights nowadays that are full spectrum lights that you can use from seed to sprout to plant to all the way through to fruiting. And so if that's your only option, look for smaller plants. Look for, for tomatoes. Look for bush tomatoes. Look for bush beans. Look for, root vegetables. I mean, put them in a large pot. Um, you have to work with what you have. And just because you don't have a garden or outdoors doesn't mean that you can't grow stuff. So what I'm going to do with these seeds, well, I'm going to grow them, obviously. And then now I'm even going to plant the pepperoncini, although I did grow pepperoncini last year and we weren't huge fans of it. But I think I didn't really grow tomatoes last year because I had so many from the year before. But I think the pepperoncini would add a good flavor to salsa. So that will be something. Now, beets, I'm torn about the beets. I am not a big fan of beets. I'm one of those people who thinks that beets taste like dirt. But I am going to grow them because even if I don't like to eat them, my husband likes them, Mima likes them, and I actually will, anything that they don't eat when it comes to beets, I cut up and dehydrate and I throw it into my tea. And actually, you'd be surprised the dirt flavor. I don't put a ton of beet and just drink beet tea, but I put a piece or two into a cup of tea, and I don't taste the dirt that way, but I'm still getting some of the nutrients and some of the benefits from beet. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to grow those. Squash. I am not a fan of squash at all. I once spent an entire day making a roasted squash soup that was supposed to be ultra delicious. And after I had finished making it, I tasted it. And to my great disappointment, it still tasted like squash. I don't know. But I'm going to grow it just to see if I can. And I'm going to try and find ways to eat it. You guys will have to help me out with that because I need it to not taste like squash. So you need to give me all your recipes for making squash taste like something other than squash, so that I can eat that. Now, if I was starving and that was the only thing that was available, I would probably suck it up and eat it. But um, yeah, there's that. Kidney beans. I'm interested to know whether the somebody told me they were a bush bean, which would be great. But I'll have to do some research to see if they are actually a bush bean. Um, Kidney beans are fantastic, and beans just overall are fantastic. I like to grow the ones that you can eat both as a green bean or that you can let them dry on the plant and save them for a dark bean because it's kind of a dark bean, a dry bean. I like it because there's two purposes for them. So one of the brands I know that's good for that is the Scarlet Runner bean. Anyway, onions. Gotta have onions. These are the Walla Wallas, which are wonderful. I hear Walla Walla comes from Oregon. I always thought Walla Walla onions came from Walla Walla, Washington, but you learn something new every day. So, yeah, so that's kind of why I'm doing this. Part of what the whole survival seed challenge is going to be about is being able to save the seeds. Now I know that some of these, like for example, onions are a biannual. They don't flower the first year. They don't flower until the second year, and so that's when you can save seeds. I actually saved a bunch of onion seeds last year because I had some that had just come up in the spring. And if you saw my garden, so I have some that just came up this spring, which will again give me the seeds for saving. One of the problems that I'm One of the problems that I'm having is that saving the seeds and having enough room to grow these things far enough away from other things that they don't cross pollinate, especially the tomatoes. I'm only growing three types of tomatoes, this being one of them, the Mariana. Ooh, four types, because I guess I have a little bush tomato too. Um, I don't know where I'm going to put them all to have enough room for them. But well, here's something that I'm going to try to do. I'm actually going to grow my butternut squash with my pumpkin. And I'm hoping that the seeds will cross pollinate. And next year, I grow some sort of a butternut squash pumpkin hybrid. I mean, maybe that will make the squash taste not so much like squash and make it taste better. So now collecting bean seeds is easy as pie. You just let them dry on the vine and collect the beans. That's easy. I've never had beets flower. I don't know if they flower the first year or the second year, so I'll have to look in a little bit about that. But anyway, I'm super excited about this collaboration because there's so many people who are involved and there's so many wonderful gardeners. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been gardening. I guess this will probably be year 4 now that I've been gardening, so I'm still relatively new. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by the telephone, um, yeah, I think that learning from each other when you're growing and having just a community of people to be able to ask questions and bounce ideas off, I think that's a wonderful idea. And so I just want to take a minute to thank you girls and Bushcraft and Lazy Days with Jesse and Lisa for helping out with the collab. If you don't know, Bushcraft is doing a similar herbal challenge. It's kind of a sister challenge to the survival seeds, but it's about growing your own herbs, making your own medicinals, and being able to use the benefits from so many plants. And oh wait, one thing I promised to talk about. Promised that I would talk about catnip a little bit. And so I know a lot of people don't think of catnip as being something for people, but it actually has quite a few benefits, and these are a few I've written down. It improves your sleep. It's good for stress relief. It's soothing. It's anti-inflammatory, which means it's good for pain. It can help with improved digestion, and it's an antiseptic as well. And then I also, on the lower tab here that I made, I have any negative side effects, and it says it's possibly unsafe when smoked, so don't smoke your catnip, or taken by mouth in high doses. So I don't, I don't even drink a full cup of catnip tea. I just throw a few leaves in with my tea blend, and that's good. It says too much can cause headaches, vomiting, and a feeling of being ill. And for children, catnip is possibly unsafe for children when taken by mouth. So keep your kids out of your catnip. Now you know, catnip is not just for cats. It has all kinds of benefits that you can find out. And yeah, the whole improved sleep and the anti inflammatory were the most important for me when I was looking, when I first got my herbal books, I was looking for things that would help with pain, chronic pain. I have chronic pain in my back and in my knees, and anything that I can find that will relieve those naturally, because I don't like taking a lot of pain pills because they're not good for you. Um, but yeah, so anything I could find that would relieve pain or help with pain naturally became my go-to. And there's a lot more that you would be surprised at all the things that are anti-inflammatory that can help with pain and can make a difference in your world just by having them around to throw into a cup of tea or a cup of hot water. Let them steep for 15 minutes, get your benefits. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to actually wrap this up because this is probably getting long. Blah, 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 blah. This is probably getting long, and you guys are probably getting bored with listening to me ramble on about plants. But I tell you what, I love to garden, and I wish the people in my family actually found as much joy in it as I do, but they don't. They don't understand my excitement when seeds come up, and they don't understand my excitement when things flower and when things grow. But you guys do, and I appreciate that about you, and it gives me somebody to talk to about this kind of stuff. So that I really, really appreciate. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to mention one more thing. The Vineyard Chicks are doing a live on Sundays, and they're having various guests. And I'm planning on being a guest, probably not till summertime, because I'm looking at maybe looking at some of the preserving aspects and harvesting aspects and stuff of the plants, particularly some of the herbs and some of the medicinals, but just all of it. But anyway, I just wonder, is there anything in particular you would think that I could teach you? I don't know. Is there, if you could think of anything that I could teach you, let me know. And I mean, so many of you have so much more experience than I do with gardening. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to stop babbling now. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you. Take good care of yourself. Bye now.